turquoise or ceremonial green turquoise, and it is big, bold, beautiful. I'm going to show it to you. Before we show you the price, I want to show you, because at home, what price would you put on this ring? I mean, you see, I mean, it's big. It's a 33 by 15 millimeter. It's gigantic. It's got this beautiful ornate framing around it, the stamped metalwork. Guys, our producer Jared just said, Jared, $350, don't be so silly. Stop it now, please, please. No, 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 no. That was a little giggle there, Jennifer, I heard that. It's not $250 or even $150. While supplies last, it's $82.70.
Oh my God.
This isn't some teeny tiny little turquoise ring. This is big, bold, and beautiful. Can I confirm with Mr. Producer Jared, who just lost at The Price is Right? Jared, do we have all the sizes of the ring? Let me ask that first. We're gonna find out. I know we started with sizes 6 through 12. We are out of 12 in the Kingman, but I do have it in the Ceremonial, and I have all of the sizes available. So the Kingman is going to be the blue, the Ceremonial is more of the green. Just to quickly let everybody know, we have a matching pendant and earrings. If you so desire, you certainly don't have to get them, but the pendant is on sale at $139. And the earrings are $164. The ring is the superstar of the show, Jennifer Juan. You gotta tell us about this. When I saw the show earlier today, I was itching to get to this because clearly it's an amazing opportunity and it's a beautiful piece.
Especially for the price, yes. I thought it was the heat here from Phoenix. I thought I was delirious.
Who made this one, Jennifer? Who created it?
The ring, it was made by Emerson Delgarito, and the pendant and the earrings are made by Sadie Jim. So as for Emerson, he says that this is a design that represents the circle of life. The top of the design is a star stance, and the stars are said to be our ancestors in Navajo tradition. The stamps on the sides of the stars represent the sun rising and the sun setting, and the stamps all around represents the light and the moon and its rotation of life. So as Mother Earth takes away and gives back to life, to Earth, she recreates, every single day, so that it represents, the Father and Mother Earth being sacred and together in divine. And each day is a new day, and the sides of the suns that represents the rays represents the life of abundantment.
There's so much to talk about here, and they're already letting me know, Jennifer, that we are flooded with calls. Size 10 and 11 are available, but they're getting limited. Size 10 and 11 are available, but they're getting limited, as is size 6 and 7. You have to call now if you want it. It is Chaco Canyon's best-selling ring at the lowest price it's ever been. And as you look at it, as it starts to sink in, you start to realize this isn't fashion jewelry. It's not silver tone, it's sterling silver. It's not a teeny, teeny, tiny piece of turquoise. It's big. I mean, it's 33 by 15 millimeters. When you see this on the hand, when you see it on the finger, it's got presence, it's got grandeur, and it's got a lifetime of memories and happiness attached to it. It is an heirloom piece of jewelry. It is $82. I mean, the price is tiny for something that is big and bold. Jennifer, give us some guidance on Kingman versus Ceremonial, because it's two different personalities, isn't it, with it?
Yes, the Kingman is more of that robin's egg blue that you see, and the Ceremonial is more of a green to like a evergreen green color.
And you can see here, there it is. I mean, but they all play so well together. I mean, that's the joy of it. And Jennifer, Chaco Canyon, for anybody that's, we take for granted because you've been on air for so many wonderful years. Tell us a little bit about Chaco Canyon and about the story here, because it's something I know we cherish at HSN. It's real history brought to life, isn't it?
Yes, Chaco Canyon is actually archaeological site out in New Mexico. It's a big place where a lot of Native Americans have come together and share their stories and to trade. And so for the Zunis and for the Navajo people, their people have gone into that tradition of, telling their stories within their jewelry making. And for a ring like this, the Chaco Canyon is actually a trading post out there in Grants, New Mexico. And so a lot of Navajo people go out and make their wares, and what we do is we help promote their cultural silversmithing ways, and hope to keep it going alive, because when you actually see a ring like this being made, there's a lot of work that goes into it. There's a lot of heart and soul. Many different hands have had their hands on that ring, because one person does a certain thing and one person does a certain thing, but it's all a group, it's all a family effort.
And I wonder if our team in the control room, if my memory serves me correctly, we have some video or some images about this very ring that takes us through the design process and the build process. Oh, we do. Okay, so Jennifer, I don't know if you can see the TV screen, but here we see it in action, right? The craftsman in action. Can you see that?
I gotta wait for it.
Oh, there's the delay.
Okay, here you go.
Yeah.
This is Emerson, and he was showing me how to make it, and he was showing me how he cuts his stamps, that sunray stamp that you see on the edges.
Yeah.
And that little cookie tin that you see there, he has his own stamps that he has made. And he, like I said before, he has made it from car parts, from rebar, from many different things that he's gone through his walks of life. He's made each and every single part of his tools, and some are being handed down to him. And he's self-taught, but he still goes with the old ways and how he does things, how he goes about doing things. And he was showing me bit by bit and just telling me a story about, how he does things. And I had a good time watching him, and he was so meticulous in everything that he's done. And I was just amazed, because just the way he worked, it was just like second nature. He could be sitting there with his eyes closed and make this. I mean, everything that he has touched was just smooth. And, he showed me the ways and how he was doing each and every piece, and he said, I'm not the only one who does this. There's a lot of people that help out, and so you'll see the different types of hands that are on there that are making that exact ring.
Yeah.
From cutting it down to sanding it to buffing it, and so that end work is what you see there.
Well, we have a lot of great things in the show, that's for sure, but if you only buy one item, it should be this. We are 4 minutes or sell out, folks. If you are thinking about it, loving the look of it, we encourage you to give it a go. It's not just a ring, it's the most successful, most popular, most adored ring. I think in recent memory from Chaco Canyon, it has not been lower than the price you're seeing. It's $82.70. Blue Kingman now, the most popular, will be the first to go. Sizes 6 through 12. I think 12 is now sold out. We also have the Ceremonial Green, but you should try it. Get it home, get it on, see what you think. It's bigger and bolder, so you've got that brilliant presence to it. For all of us who are looking to kind of, indulge in something that lifts our spirits just a little bit, we're all looking to be sensible and careful with what we spend our money on. We want to spend wisely. This is $82 on something that is real and authentic and genuine and forever. This isn't fashion jewelry or faux jewelry. It's forever and a day, and you will enjoy the moments wearing this. And there will be a lot of happy times with this going forward. And then your daughter or daughter-in-law, as this gets passed down from generation to generation, will enjoy it. Again, we have lots of rings, but nothing in the show is bigger than this or better valued than this. This is $82 and change. The matching earrings are selling at an equal amount. I don't think we're going to sell out of the pendant, but the earrings are selling pretty equally to the ring. So the earrings, just so you know, are, I believe, $164 if you want, and they go into this collection. Now this collection has now been retired, so when we do sell out of these, they won't be returning or remade. It's something that's more like a one and done. And something else that we always talk about, Jennifer, is the meaning and symbolism of turquoise itself. This is a gemstone that has always been popular, but I think in recent years it's had this renaissance. It's become even more valuable. It's become more apparent for all of us. I mean, from fashion jewelry to fine jewelry to prestige, it's now seemingly one of the most desirable gemstones in the world.
It is, and it's just like diamonds. With turquoise, it has a sense to draw you in, and it may be a particular stone, a particular color, or the setting in any type of jewelry that you see it in. But once you have it, you tend to gravitate towards it, and then you go from the small pieces, and then little by little you start to build up your turquoise jewelry box, and then all of a sudden you've got these beautiful pieces that you see there. And like I said, a lot of love went into it. You've had daughters and fathers, you've had brothers, sisters, cousins, and uncles, and a lot of these people, a lot of the Navajo people have gone through a lot, and right now they've gone through the virus, some of the artisans, but yet they come back and check to see if they can still do their silversmithing and still promote their culture, and they try to make it through their hardships and live one day at a time, because this is what they do for a living. And for pieces like this, we hope to keep that culture alive, by continuing to purchase things from HSN. So in that sense, we're helping a lot of people.
And it's always a privilege and a pleasure to be here with you and to do this, folks. Since we are getting so limited, we are wrapping this up, Ceremonial Green or the Kingman Blue. I hope you wear it in good health. I hope it brings you many, many happy moments and memories. Enjoy this, truly. It's an amazing buy at $82 and change. Okay, as we wrap this up, don't forget to take advantage of the FlexPay, because FlexPay is for everybody with any credit or debit card. It's just $16.54. Pairing back with your new ring are, of course, the earrings, and I'm gonna bring up the pendant as well so you can see it.